Hi, this webinar will focus on how to access your OFBI quarterly reports, step-by-step instructions. Remember, please use Internet Explorer. Do not use Google Chrome, as Google Chrome is not compatible to Sage. And if you use Google Chrome, it'll look as if you're actually if you use Google Chrome to access Sage and you work on your report on Google Chrome while you're in Sage, it'll look like you're inputting information, but when you submit it, we'll never get it. It'll be blank. So please use Internet Explorer. All right, so the quarterly reporting structure. So the first quarter reporting period covers July 1 to September 30th. Now, I'm extending the due date because we're having Sage technical difficulties with the first quarter report. So the first quarter report will be made available on November 5th and due on December 6th. Okay, so there is an extension on when the application is due. It'll be available, on November 5th, and it'll be due on December 6th. The second quarter reporting period is October 1st to December 31st. The second quarter reports will be made available on December 1st. The second quarter reports are due January 30th, 2020. Now, when you submit your second quarter report and it's approved and your first quarter report hasn't been approved, then you'll receive 50% of the grant award once the second quarter report is submitted. All right, so the third quarter report period is from January 1 to March 31st, excuse me. The third quarter report will be made available April 1st, and the third quarter report is due on April 30th, 2020. The fourth quarter and final report period covers April 1st to June 30th. The fourth quarter reports will be made available on July 1st, and the fourth quarter reports will be due on July 30th. Once we receive the final reports and the subsequent previous reports, and they've all been reviewed for accuracy, then the final payment, or 25% of the award, will be released. If you have any questions, call us at 609-984-6952, 609-984-6952, or email us at ofbi@sos.nj.gov, ofbi@sos.nj.gov. Now we're going to go live. Now we're going to, I'm going to walk you through the process. All right, so now you're on Sage and you use your username and password. Now this is this Sage portal is our testing site where we test all our applications and reports, and we use it for educational purposes. So please use your username, plug in your username and password. Then when you get to the My Task page, we want you to go to Documents, and we want you to go to Document Type, and then look for the application that you were awarded. It could be either OFBI Social Enterprise Entrepreneurship Development 2020 or OFBI Social Entrepreneurship Enterprise Entrepreneurial Development 2020-6, or it can be either Social Innovation 2020 or Social Innovation 2020-3, or it can be Special Projects 2020, or it can be Project Atlas 2020. So find the application that you're awarded for, and for this exercise, we'll use Social Innovation 2020. So you click on the application that you're awarded for, then under Status, click on Executed, and then click Search. So when you get to the All Documents search page, you'll find your organization here. So under name, click the blue link. So now you're at the document snapshot page. So let's get to the quarterly reports. So the next thing we want you to do is go to related documents and scroll down to the link that says initiate an OFBI social innovation Q1 interim report. Click that. Click I agree. It says, are you sure you want to initiate your interim report? You click I agree. And so now you're at the interim report page. First thing we want you to do is go to hover over forms and click cover page. And I'm actually going to complete this. So under cover page, you click July 1 to September 30th, which is a reporting period. And then you input the information that they're asking you of here. So I am going to put Jets way because I'm a Jet fan. 1, 2, 3. And I've done this so many times, it should be in here. Anyway, East Rutherford, New Jersey, right? It fills it in itself. And then it'll be Mr. Curtis Martin. And you might be saying, who is Mr. Curtis Martin? And he is a Hall of Famer for the Jets. Anything with an asterisk you need to complete, put your email. I have jets@jets.com. And then for the fiscal person, I'm going to put Ms. Mo Money. And the telephone number is already preset. And the fax number you have to insert in there. And then you click, and then of course the email. And then you come down to this box, certification of the report. By clicking this box, the grantee fiscal officer and executive director hereby certify that the information contained in this OFBI direct services report is true, blah, 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 blah. Then I want you to go up to save. Now you can go to save or save next. If you go to save, it'll save this page. If you go to save next, it'll save the page and take you to the next page. So I'm going to go to save next. And so this brings you to the demographic page. Social innovation. So whatever your award is it college readiness? Is it youth entrepreneurship? Is it STEM? Then you fill out the appropriate information. For now, and if there isn't an answer for a particular box, you need to put 0. So just for test purposes, I'm just going to put 1 all the way through. Right? So let's say you're doing youth college readiness, and I don't know, you fill out those boxes. These other boxes would be 0 for you. Okay. Same thing with youth entrepreneurship. If you're funded for youth entrepreneurship, you fill out these boxes, and then all the other boxes under the other funding categories would be 0. You have to put a 0 in there. Since there's an asterisk to every box, if the box is left blank without a number in it, it won't let you submit. So then you click Save Next. And then you have the narrative page here, which would be summarize the progress that you've made, and they got some bullets here that'll guide you in answering those questions or this section. For me, I'm just putting tests so that we can move forward. Primary accomplishments that you've done in this reporting period, primary challenges that you had to deal with in this reporting period, solutions to these challenges. What we don't want you to do is just put challenges here and not put any solutions. Any change in program organizations and staffing, primary training, technical assistance that you've attended or participated in, the website, any type of website information or web address, and what are your next steps for the next reporting for the next quarter. Now, since this is covering July 1 to 9/30, and the majority of organizations receive their 25% initial payment of their total award amount, you may not have you may not have any you may not have implemented a program. If you did, that's great. We want it in here. But if you didn't, and there must have been some planning, there must have been some meetings that you attended, there must have been things that you've done to prepare for the launch of the program, either since you got the award letter and prior to the first check getting cut, right? If you're an organization that can't operate until the money hits, then there should be some things that you did relative to this project to prepare you for implementation moving forward. In the first quarter, we want to see that. For those organizations that have capital in place and didn't necessarily need the first initial payment from the Office of Faith-Based Initiatives to start their project, and you started your project as of July 1, there should be some data in there. How many individuals that are participating, how many individuals that you register, what did you do between the months of July 1 and September 30th. After you complete that and answer all that information relative to where the organization is at in terms of implementing a project or planning to implement a project, then we want you to click Save Next. So now we're coming to the personnel page. So this is a mock uh, agency, and so you insert here what you spent this reporting period, and let's say it's $1,000, and then grants funds request from state, which would be grant funds requested from state, and then if you completed, if there's any funds from other sources, then you would indicate how much of those other source funds that you use, and we'll just put $500 here. Now, these numbers are pulled from the budget that you signed off on that created the contract. Okay, so in the first quarter, you should be able to tell in the first quarter, hey, I might need that these numbers work, or I might need to make an adjustment. Wait until you submit your second quarter report to think about doing a budget modification for the 50% of the award that you're going to receive after you submit the second quarter report. If you need to make changes now prior to the second quarter report is prior to when the second quarter report is due, then you need to call me. We need to have a conversation so I can get a sense of what you're trying to do, and then give you the step-by-step process on how to create a budget modification. Right. So after you plug in that information, you go to Save Next. You scroll up and go to Save Next. And then this brings you to the consultant page. Now, if you have a consultant line item, fine, fill it in. If you don't, just put 0 in there. But on this particular organization, there was a $2,500 line item for, I don't know, I put the word test there, but it could be for audit. It can be for whatever it is you needed to use a consultant for. I'll put $500 there. And since there are no other funds from other sources, there's no need to put any information in this box here. And you click Save Next. Um, and so the way that this works is when you input information in the actual expenditure column for grants and or funds from other sources, the remaining budget, these numbers go down, and total expenditures, these numbers go up. So in your final report, these numbers will say 0, and these numbers will reflect the numbers on the approved expenditures, right? Just to give you a sense why things are fluctuating a bit. So for other cost categories under actual expenditures, um, you know, we put $2,100, so we're going to spend in the first quarter $500, and in the second quarter we'll put 0, which is nothing, and then you click Save Next. And then it brings you to the fiscal page. This might pop up. Don't worry about that. It's just telling you that this box on the bottom on the fiscal page should be checked off. And so what we want you to do when you get to this page is come to Save, scroll up to the page and click Save, and whatever changes you've made in the previous budget forms will automatically populate onto this page. And then you'll see this page information, that Stacy information has been saved. And then after that's done, then you go to status change and you click interim report submitted. All right. Then you go to the agreement page. I agree. And then on the status of the document snapshot page, it will read interim report submitted. Now that you've submitted your interim report, you need to keep in mind that when you submit your second quarter report, which covers October 1 to December 31st and is due January 30th, you need to indicate that the 25% initial payment that you received in August, September has been spent down and you've gone beyond the 25% payment so that we can release the payment after the second quarter report is submitted. If you show us in the second quarter report that there were minimal expenditures done with the 25% initial payment, we will not release the second quarter payment. So you got to keep that in mind. All right. Again, if you have any questions, you can call me at 609-984-6952. That's 609-984-6952, or you can email us at ofbi@sos.nj.gov, or you can email me directly at edward.laporte@sos.nj.gov. And my telephone number is 609-292-9808. That's 609-292-9808. That ends this particular webinar. And if you have any questions, reach out. Talk to you later. Bye.